For this week, I thought I would snazz things up just a teeny weeny little bit. And I'm going to do an English accent for this week's wrap up. See if you can guess what regional dialect I'm using at the end of the summary today. So, some of you might know I have been writing my memoirs, and I was sitting down and really digging into the research. And after I got through the first draft, I had all of my chapters organized on the table. So I started to stack them up one by one. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and so forth. And in so doing, I experienced a minor paper cut. There was a little bleeding. So I was so intrigued by it, I had to tell Holly. I knew she'd be interested. By the time I reached her, she couldn't see any sign of it whatsoever. And then it occurred to me, apparently I heal much quicker than most people. Doctors say it's because I have 47 chromosomes, which explains why sometimes I get a little bloated. Next, I turned on the sprinkler system, and according to some of the books that I've read on the subject, there are basically 3 steps to that. There's turning off the levers. There's 2 levers involved in that, and then the third one is you just go over to the there's a water controller, and apparently you've got to push in some buttons to program it. And so went down into the basement, turned over the lever for the main water sprinkler line, and that went pretty well. And I go upstairs and I go outside to the side of the house, and but that's where the second lever is, and that's the one that releases the water to the various parts of the lawn. And there's back and front, and I found that lever pretty easily. Turned that one over, and I didn't die or anything, or didn't get hurt, so I was feeling really good about that. And so then I started walking away to the controller, which is in the garage. But, kind of out of the corner of my eye, I noticed there was like a little hole with like a screw. So I started walking away, and then I thought, oh man, I got a little brazen. And, sometimes up here, I think too much. And I think in this situation, you might say curiosity killed the dog. Or, I don't know, maybe it's killed the puppy, curiosity. So anyway, I go back there, and I got to know what that's all about. And I never go anywhere without my trusty screwdriver. Some people, when they see me walking down the street, they say, hey, is that a screwdriver in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? So I go back, and I lean down, I crouch down, I get real close, I examine it first, and I put the screwdriver in the hole. I just turned it like just a little bit. And I don't think it was that big of a deal, but a little teeny weeny bit of droplets of water started coming out. I wasn't expecting that. And I got a little wet, not too bad. I just thought that it wasn't a good day for water, so I shut everything down. I abort. Now, I want to tell you before we move on that I'm still a bit gun shy about letting my barber um, touch my hair due to all the COVID stuff, the virus and all. So I decided to dabble at giving myself a haircut. I didn't think it would be, that big of a deal. I've seen other people do it. I mean, I'm not looking to be Clark Gable or anything like that, but I was pretty happy with the results, and it wasn't that bad. Now, as I've said, it's been a while since I ventured outside the compound, the neighborhood where we live. But remember, it's been a while since I've operated a motor vehicle, and so I think there was perhaps maybe quite a learning curve that I had to get adjusted to. Unfortunately, it didn't get off to a great start. I ended up accidentally getting into the passenger's seat. And I don't know, it must have been subliminal. Maybe I thought it was in Canada or something. So I'm backing out of the driveway, and I had a wee bit of trouble in trying to get out of the neighborhood, and I should have consulted with maybe my GPS, Google Maps, or something like that. But I was taking one or two wrong turns and was kind of disoriented, but just for a moment. And so I think I'm doing okay. But then, it just seemed to be from a bad situation turned into a quagmire. And I ended up at a dead end. And I had a little trouble just trying to figure out how to get out. So, I was trying to maneuver the vehicle and, got frustrated and thought, well, maybe today's not my day to go out for a drive. So I just ended up aborting that. Now, the last thing I want to share, I was taking my daily siesta, and it was a nice day, so I was just out in the yard and laying down in my lounge chair. Suddenly, though, I felt something kind of crashing through my head, I think. And I opened up my eyes and I looked around and I said, man, it's getting really windy around here. And a little bit more than usual. And as a matter of fact, this particular day, I really got blown away by the wind. And, well, I think I handled the situation pretty well. I'm okay. Well, I guess that wraps it up for this particular week. And thanks for letting me do my little English accent. I hope it added a little more gusto to the recap. And well, I don't know, maybe next week, since I know that this went pretty well, I might try something different. I might take it up a notch and do perhaps I don't know, maybe I was thinking like an Icelandic accent. So see if you can guess what particular dialect I'm doing when I get into that.